Welcome back to another episode of The Cure for Cowards. Now, in this one, I wanted to talk about something that I have struggled with for a very long time, which is when to allow yourself grace for slipping up. Now, people fall kind of all over on the spectrum when it comes to their opinions on this. And so I'm just going to share my own experiences and my own beliefs. So I've been on both sides of the extremes where I have a bunch of goals, a bunch of plans, a bunch of things I'm working towards, and I am not moving closer to any of them. I am not making progress, and day after day, week after week, I just keep telling myself, it's okay because I have time, or it's okay because I'm really stressed right now, or any other number of excuses. And there's all this stuff that I want to do, and I'm not getting any closer to it, but at least I'm, doing this absolute bare minimum thing. And the problem with that is, you feel good, you feel like you're not a fuck up for the most part, but deep down you know that you could be doing more, and that every week that you waste is one more week you're going to have to wait to start living the life that you want. And I think most of us kind of fall on this side of it, where it's self-care, self-love, as long as you're trying your best, and this and that. And then the other side of the spectrum is no excuses, period. Is you are responsible for everything that happens to you, and even if you're not responsible, take responsibility, because then that gives you power over it. And everything is, my fault, and I need to have zero tolerance for anything. And if I fuck up, I need to crack down on myself hard, immediately, and I need to go twice as hard to make up for it. And so I've been on both sides of this, and recently even. And I think the answer, like almost everything else, is some level of balance. I'm reading 12-week year right now, which so far is a very good book. I'm not that far into it. But one of the things that they say in there is if you are 85% accurate in your if you're doing 85% of the key tasks that you lay out for yourself, then you'll pretty much always succeed. Obviously, if you were 100% accurate, it would be a lot faster, but 85% seems to be where the bar is at for whether you're going to succeed or fail with the thing you're trying to do. And I think I like that, because, and I would even say 90% or 95%, because I do believe that everything that happens to us happens for us, and we need to own it. And everything that happens, well, for the most part, is a direct result of our actions that caused it. So it's also, in that case, our fault, our responsibility. The problem is, we can redline things, we can gas it, but that only works for so long before we start to experience diminishing returns on it. And there are periods where we can sprint, but we can't sprint forever. We need to be realistic about it. And And so it's much better to be able to let off on the gas now and then in order to be able to go a longer distance overall and be more consistent overall with the things that we're trying to do. And so, like, for instance, my last day that I didn't have any kind of work that I needed to do was, if I recall right, it was early January. For context, it's now April 4th. And so every day since then, I have had some work or another to do. And currently, because, I have a bunch of different jobs, I'm working 7 days a week, which I really don't mind, because I know it's for a limited amount of time. And I know that by doing that, I'm putting myself in a much better position for the future. The thing is, though, I haven't been getting the sleep that I should, and I haven't been eating well, and because of that, I've been letting things slip. Like, for instance, prospecting for my main job. That is the thing that in the short term and medium term is going to have the greatest impact on my life, is prospecting for my main job. And the past week, actually probably 2 weeks, I really haven't gone prospecting at all. And what happens is, I plan on going prospecting in the morning, plan on waking up early, hitting the road, and then going to my door knocking job after that, which on paper works out really well. But I keep staying up too late because I'm hanging out, or I'm just dicking around, wasting time. And then I go to bed at 12 or 12:30 instead of 11 or 10:30 like I should be. And then I oversleep, and then I wake up and it's well, I have to be at my door knocking job in an hour. So now I don't have time to go prospect. And so I've been repeating that cycle probably at least over the last 2 weeks. And it's fucking killing me, because I realize the potential of my prospecting and what can come from it. And yet I wake up in the morning and I'm so fucking tired. And then I snooze, and then all of a sudden I don't have time to do it anymore. And so I'm trying to find this balance where I can do all the things that I need to do and not be miserable. Actually, no, that's not even one of the goals right now. I'm not too concerned about that at the moment. But it's I can do all the things I need to do and still get enough sleep. And I'm just fucking it up, dude. I'm fucking it up really bad. And so that brings me to the point of when to allow yourself grace. I don't think beating myself up over the lost time prospecting is going to be that productive. I do think going to bed much earlier, if I need to be asleep by 10:30, 11, I think planning on going to bed by 9:30, 10 is going to be the best bet for me. So, for instance, I'm on my way to the gym right now because it's a pull day. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to head home, shower, and go to bed because it's 9:30 right now. So, it's allowing myself grace of, hey, I know I've been very busy. I'm working pretty much nonstop. And I have been doing so for the longest that I have ever done this, which is 2 months now, 3 months, something like that. But at the same time, it's 90-10, I think, in this instance. Or I'm going to say 95-5. And the 5% is allowing myself the grace of hey, I understand why you've been fucking up. But then the 95 is, but that's no excuse to continue fucking up. You need to fix this. You need to take the actions that are going to lead to this being fixed, which in this case, for myself, is going to bed earlier. And then number 2 would be not snoozing my alarm. Because every time I snooze my alarm, I sleep in too much to actually go out and prospect. And so snoozing the alarm is a big problem that I need to cut out. So tomorrow, well, actually, so I got a call from a prospect that I hit back in like January. And they called me up, one that I had completely forgotten about. And they called me up and they said, hey, we're looking for something like the solution that my main job offers. And so now, despite me not doing any prospecting recently, God is being gracious and giving me the opportunity to go out and get a prospect anyways. So tomorrow, I need to wake up early, give my buddy a ride into work, and then go prospect. And I think the moral of the story here is it's okay to give yourself grace in the sense of forgiving your mistakes after they have happened. It is not okay to continue making those mistakes with the same excuses in mind, or with any excuses in mind. And when you recognize that something is a problem and that's pulling you away from the life that you want to live, from the journey that you're on, you have a duty to correct that problem. And it's okay to not beat yourself up for the mistakes that you already made because you can't change them, but it's not okay to allow yourself to continue making those same mistakes after the fact. And so, I think that's what I got for this one. I'm going to go hit this pull day real quick, go home, shower, go to bed, and then hit it hard tomorrow. So, thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you on the flip side.